Out there and in there. It was good. It was good. Really good execution. Maybe our best execution of the year. But it should be. We've gotten some rest, and the guys did a nice job coming back at the end of last week. So good start to the week.
Last year, you had at times you had Benedict going there, sort of a spy on Denard when you played Michigan last year. How do you think that worked last year, and do you have any plans to do something like that?
I think it was pretty average a year ago from the standpoint that, at the end of the day, I don't think Denard ran on any of those plays. Will we? I don't know, maybe. But, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get, from a game plan standpoint, something we thought we could take advantage of if he decided to run.
You said yesterday you're preparing for both Denard and Devin. And
Yep.
what kind of does that add a headache for preparation for this game? Or?
Yeah, I just think that the talent level overall gives you a headache. They've got terrific talent, very well coached, fundamentally very, very disciplined, and you compound that with having to go play them on the road. So it's going to be a huge, huge challenge for us. But you just got to execute. That's what it comes down to in November. It's not anything magical. It's not like the opening game where you don't know what you're going to see. They know what we're running, we know what they're running, and it comes down to execution at this time of the year.
As an observer, what can you say about what Brady Hoke did last year, turning that team into a Sugar Bowl team last year?
Yeah, he does a terrific job. He's been an outstanding coach for a long, long time, and got the utmost respect for him. He does a terrific job. He's a better person than he is a coach, and he's a darn good football coach. So, it's impressive to see what he's been able to accomplish.
You guys have become running-oriented team a little bit this year, shifting from heavy passing attack.
Mm-hmm.
Brady had to do over changing a spread offense into a pro-style formation in a way. How hard is that as a coach to do that kind of thing?
Well, especially with today's day and age, I think you got to adjust what you do to your players, and if you don't, you're super rigid. I think you're making a huge mistake. So, obviously you got to commend them for what they've done, and we're trying to just, again, players, formations, plays. What do we do best, and go out there and try to coach our guys up to execute it to the best of their ability.
Coach, your defense has been much improved this season, but one thing that's been lacking is forcing turnovers. What are you guys doing in practice to try and get some more fumbles and get some interceptions?
Well, I don't know about that now. I think, what are we, +6 in the turnover ratio? So, we've missed too many interceptions. That's the one thing. We've just missed too many. We've had our hands on, when we did our self-scout, we should be at somewhere around 12 or 13 interceptions, and right now we're at 3. So we've probably missed 10 opportunities right there, and if we make any one, maybe 2 or 3 that were in critical situations, maybe we're in a little bit of a different spot. But we work hard at it every day, and I think our guys have done actually a pretty good job. You're not going to get them all, but what's more important is the ratio, and we've been pretty good to this point.
Going back to offense, just how impressed have you been with your offensive line thus far this season?
Well, I think it's an 11-man operation. I think the last few years they've gotten a lot of negativity thrown at them because of our sack totals. But, when we went back and we looked at our sack totals, over half of our sacks were for less than 1 yard. So, you don't get too bent out of shape. You prefer to see us get rid of the ball. Maybe we didn't run the right route. Maybe we did blow a one-man protection. One guy broke down, but whatever. But schematically, I think we've been sound. And we'll be challenged this week. They do a great job on third down of overload pressure, trying to attack your protections. And we're going to have to do a great job adjusting in game based on, on what Coach Madison and the staff are going to do. So that's going to be the chess match within the game. It's going to be a great challenge.
What has been the reason for that success as far as the sack total goes? Only 12 the entire season so far. I think 47 last year. If you had to attribute it to one thing?
I think just playing and executing better. I think getting rid of the ball, making better decisions with the ball. I think more sound in a standpoint of execution of our protection. I think we've been winning more one-on-one matchups. About a third of our breakdowns a year ago were losing one-on-one matchups. So, you got a third there. You got about half that are 1.5 yard sacks. Stats are for losers, guys. So, we cut the grass a quarter inch shorter this year too, but none of you guys have brought that up, so I'm a little disappointed.
Coach, now that you've kind of had a couple years to let it sink in, what are your thoughts on the new structure of the Big Ten in terms of playing in the Legends division and having to win the division and go to the conference championship game?
Well, I think it's obviously pretty special for the fans. I think it's great to see the two divisions, and now we go to November, and we got divisional races going down to the wire, and it was kind of the same way a year ago. So I guess 2 years into it, I think it's pretty cool. Again, I thought I had an idea in the summer on what we might be able to do in case the season kind of unfolded the way it has, and we've made some decisions as a conference. And respect those, and I think it's going to all play itself out on the field. We got a lot of football left to play here this season.
How different has it been now, going after a Big Ten title than it was when you were a player?
I mean, the bottom line is you got to win. So if you win, you put yourself in position for a significant November, and we're in that position. And all we can control right now is what we can do and how we go about it.
And along those same lines, what do you remember from that 1995 win against Michigan as a player?
The Biaka Batuka had about 2,000 yards against us, and he didn't score though. So I mean, we found a way to win. Sammy had a great game kicking the ball. We had a lot of guys step up. I remember Steve going down and Hammy coming in and throwing some big passes. And then I thought we played tough in the red zone defensively and played really, really well in the kicking game. Gave ourselves a chance to win a ball game. Made some big plays down the stretch.
And what's it like to lead a team into that sort of environment?
Just like every other game. Just like every other game. I mean, I think every game is special in Big Ten football. It's a great privilege for me, and I'm honored to have the responsibility. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't get over excited about one game more than the other. They're all pretty darn big to me. So look forward to Saturday, and huge, huge challenge for us. So it should be exciting.
We'll take one more for Coach.
Yeah, you said yesterday that it was an unusual bye week because it was so late and you knew what you had in your team. What do you have?
I think we got a physical team. I think our guys will fight. I think we're maturing to the point where our younger guys are now starting to figure out just how hard it is to win a game. And that's the challenge. I think anytime you kind of have to turn over like we did a year ago, we've had to learn how to win and learn how to win with this group. And that's not just the players, it's the coaches, it's the whole program. And it's never easy, but I think the guys are figuring out how to handle their business during the week to prepare.
You always say that's the hardest thing for a young player to learn. It's just how hard it is to win.
I don't think I've got a book and I've got a blueprint, but until you go out and experience it and you go, gosh, I didn't do enough, or I'm ready to go, until they learn that, you really don't have that chance.